There's a reality that most people refuse to acknowledge, one that could change everything you think you know about trust and relationships. What if the very people who smile at you, who act like they care, secretly harbored feelings that could destroy you? What if beneath their polite words and friendly gestures there lurked something far more sinister, hidden resentment, silent jealousy, even pure hatred? It sounds extreme, doesn't it? But here's the unsettling truth. This kind of concealed animosity is far more common than you think, and most people never recognize it until it's too late. The betrayal, the manipulation, the slow erosion of your confidence, it often starts subtly in ways that seem too small to question. Yet these small signs are the warning signals of something deeper and far more dangerous. Right now, you might be surrounded by people who secretly despise you and you don't even realize it. They disguise their feelings behind casual remarks, well-timed silences, and forced smiles. But if you look closely, the truth is always there, hidden in plain sight. That's why today we're uncovering 12 undeniable signs that someone close to you might secretly hate you. If you've ever felt an unexplained tension in your relationships or sensed that something just wasn't right, this might be the wake-up call you need. Here's what I need you to do. Stay with me until the very end, because at the conclusion of this video, I'm going to reveal something crucial, a powerful lesson that will not only help you identify these signs, but will also teach you how to protect yourself emotionally, mentally, and even professionally. This isn't just another video, it's a shield, a way to protect your energy from those who pretend to be allies while secretly hoping for your downfall. By the time we're done, you'll never look at your relationships the same way again. You'll know how to see through the masks, detect hidden resentment, and safeguard your peace like never before. So if you're ready to uncover the truth, take a deep breath, open your mind, and prepare yourself. Because what you're about to learn could change everything. Let's begin. 1. The smile that hides the truth. There's something unsettling about a smile that never quite reaches the eyes. At first glance, it looks friendly, even welcoming. But if you pay attention, you'll notice the void, the emptiness, the absence of warmth. Think about that person who always greets you with a polite smile in social settings. They seem pleasant enough, but when you meet their gaze, something feels off. Their eyes don't carry the warmth you'd expect from someone who genuinely values your presence. Instead, you see indifference, or worse, a fleeting glimmer of resentment. Why does this happen? Because the eyes are the one thing that can't fake emotion. A smile is easy to force. It's a reflex, a learned behavior, a mask that people wear to maintain social harmony. But the eyes, they betray what the heart truly feels. If someone secretly resents you, dislikes you, or even harbors hidden hostility, their gaze will tell you the truth long before their words do. It's a chilling realization, isn't it? That someone close to you, a friend, a colleague, maybe even a family member, might be harboring silent resentment while pretending to be cordial. They smile out of obligation, they engage in small talk, but deep down, there's a disconnect that you can feel, even if you can't explain it. You see, hatred doesn't always present itself in loud arguments or obvious hostility. Sometimes it lurks beneath the surface, concealed behind empty gestures and insincere interactions. The next time someone smiles at you, pay attention to their eyes. Are they warm? Are they engaged? Or do they seem distant, like they'd rather be anywhere else? If their gaze lacks emotion, if their expression feels rehearsed rather than natural, that's your answer. Their true feelings are slipping through even if they don't realize it themselves. And here's the hard truth. People who secretly dislike you will never openly admit it. Instead, they will hide behind social etiquette, using smiles and polite conversations to maintain the illusion of normalcy. But once you learn to read their unspoken language, you'll never be fooled again. Now take a moment and reflect. Have you ever encountered a smile that felt more like a mask? If so, you're not imagining things. Your instincts are trying to warn you, and it's time to start listening. Drop a comment below, type 9 if you've ever experienced this, or 0 if you think it's just overthinking. Your feedback matters, and your awareness is the first step to protecting yourself. And don't go anywhere, because in the next section I'm going to reveal a powerful truth, one that will forever change how you perceive the people around you. Stay tuned. 2. Their life is suddenly too busy for you. One of the clearest but most overlooked signs that someone secretly harbors resentment toward you is constant avoidance. At first, it might seem like life just got busy, schedules filled up, responsibilities piled on, priorities shifted. But over time, a pattern emerges. Every invitation is declined. Every conversation feels forced. Every interaction becomes a distant memory. At first, their excuses seem reasonable. They're swamped with work. They've got other commitments. They're exhausted. But as time passes, these explanations become more frequent, more rehearsed, and less convincing. No one is that busy, not if they truly value you. The truth behind their avoidance. Hatred doesn't always reveal itself through direct conflict. More often, it festers in silence, hidden behind avoidance and indifference. Rather than confront their emotions, they take the easy way out, distancing themselves, one excuse at a time. Here's what's really happening. They no longer want you in their space. Even if you've done nothing wrong, your presence makes them uncomfortable. They're building a psychological barrier. Each excuse is another brick in the wall they're constructing between you and them. They want you to get the message without them having to say it. Direct confrontation takes effort, and it often leads to guilt. Avoidance, on the other hand, allows them to push you away without ever acknowledging their true feelings. And the worst part? You can't even call them out on it, because on the surface, it's just bad timing, unfortunate circumstances, or a full schedule. They'll never say, "I don't want to be around you." But through their actions, they're making it painfully clear. Excuses are just a mask for rejection. People make time for those they genuinely care about, even when life gets hectic. If someone truly values you, they'll find a way to fit you into their world. But when the excuses start stacking up, when every attempt to connect is met with avoidance, it's no longer about time, it's about desire. And here's the harsh reality. If they wanted to see you, they would. So if you've been noticing this pattern, pay attention. Their words may be soft, their tone polite, but the message is loud and clear. They no longer want you in their life. Now ask yourself, have you ever felt this quiet rejection before? If this resonates with you, drop a 9 in the comments. If you think it's just a coincidence, drop a 0. Your feedback is valuable, and your awareness is the first step in understanding the truth. And don't go anywhere, because in the next part, we'll uncover another revealing sign, one that might change the way you see the people around you forever. Stay tuned. 3. They never celebrate your achievements, they only minimize them. One of the most painful signs of hidden resentment is when someone refuses to acknowledge your success. No matter how hard you've worked, no matter how significant your achievement is, they will never allow themselves to genuinely celebrate you. Instead, they do one of 3 things. They downplay it. They call it a small step, or act as if it's nothing special. They dismiss it. They barely react, changing the subject as if your achievement doesn't matter. They subtly undermine it. They say things like, "Well, that's nice, but anyone could have done it." And the worst part? It's not always obvious. Sometimes it's as subtle as a weak smile, a lukewarm response, or a shift in energy that makes your victory feel insignificant. Why do they do this? Because deep down, they don't want to see you win. Your success is a reminder of their own failures, their own stagnation, their own shortcomings, and instead of being inspired, they resent you for it. People who secretly hate you will never clap when you succeed. Instead, They'll make sure you feel like it wasn't a big deal, like it wasn't worth celebrating. They want to plant doubt in your mind to make you question your own worth. The subtle tactics of those who resent you. When you share good news, they change the topic. When others congratulate you, they stay silent. When you accomplish something, they remind you of what you haven't done yet. This behavior is more than just negativity. It's a deliberate attempt to keep you small, to make sure you never fully embrace your potential. The hard truth. If someone never acknowledges your victories, if they always make you feel like your success is meaningless, they are not in your corner. People who genuinely care about you will celebrate you. Even if they haven't achieved what you have, they will be happy for you, not bitter because of you. So here's the question. Do you have people in your life who make your wins feel like losses? If so, pay attention. Because those who never celebrate you are often the ones hoping you'll fail. Drop a 9 in the comments if you've ever experienced this, or a 0 if you think people always recognize success. Your awareness is your greatest weapon, and the next sign we're about to reveal will make things even clearer. Stay tuned. 4. They deliberately ignore you as if you don't exist. Few things are as emotionally devastating as being ignored by someone who once acknowledged your presence. This isn't about occasional forgetfulness or being distracted. It's a calculated act of rejection. When someone deliberately ignores you, they are sending a clear message: you don't matter. This is one of the most subtle yet cruel ways people express hatred. Unlike direct insults or arguments, silence is a passive-aggressive weapon, a rejection of your very existence. Why do they do this? To make you feel invisible. The less they acknowledge you, the more insignificant you feel. To manipulate your emotions. Ignoring someone creates confusion and self-doubt. Did I do something wrong? Why am I being treated this way? To control the narrative. They make it seem like you're the one desperate for their attention while they remain indifferent. And that's the cruelest part. It's not just about avoiding you, it's about making sure you feel that absence in the deepest way possible. The emotional toll of being ignored. When someone acts like you don't exist, it can be more painful than outright hostility. A slap is momentary, but silence lingers. Every ignored text, every avoided glance, every unanswered question chips away at your self-esteem. You start questioning yourself, wondering what you did to deserve this treatment. But here's the truth. It's not about you. It's about them. People who use silence as a weapon are often filled with resentment, envy, or unresolved personal issues, and the more they ignore you, the more they expose their own weakness. So if someone is going out of their way to erase you from their reality, remember this. Your worth is not defined by their silence. Have you ever experienced this? Drop a 9 in the comments if you've ever been ignored by someone who secretly resented you. Drop a 0 if you think silence doesn't always mean hatred. Your insights matter, because the next sign we're about to reveal will expose an even deeper form of hidden contempt. Stay with me. 5. They compliment you, but with sarcasm. At first glance, sarcasm might seem harmless, even humorous, but when used against you in subtle, cutting ways, it becomes one of the most toxic forms of manipulation. People who secretly despise you will never confront you directly. Instead, they'll wrap their insults in fake praise, saying things like, "Wow, look at you, actually doing something productive for once. Nice job, guess even you get lucky sometimes. That outfit is bold, not many people would dare to wear that." At face value, these might sound like compliments, but something feels off. And that's because sarcasm is a psychological trap. Why do they use sarcasm? to humiliate you while pretending to be just joking, to make you second-guess your achievements, to subtly tear you down without seeming outright cruel. Sarcastic people thrive on keeping you in a constant state of doubt. You start asking yourself, were they being serious? Was that a compliment or an insult? The psychological damage of sarcasm. Over time, sarcasm wears you down. You begin to wonder if anything you do is ever good enough. And that's exactly what they want, because when you start doubting yourself, they gain power over you. They keep you feeling small, uncertain, and insecure, all while acting like they're just having fun. But here's the truth. Real friends and supporters don't disguise their approval with mockery. If someone can't give you a genuine compliment without a sarcastic edge, they don't truly respect you. Have you been the target of sarcasm? Drop a 9 if you've ever been subtly insulted through sarcasm. Drop a 0 if you think sarcasm is just harmless humor. Let's see how many people recognize this hidden form of resentment. And don't go anywhere, because the next sign we're about to discuss will reveal an even deeper level of betrayal. Stay tuned. 6. They constantly criticize you with no logical reason. At first, criticism might seem harmless, even constructive. But when someone harbors deep-seated resentment toward you, their criticism takes on an entirely different form. This isn't the kind of honest feedback that helps you grow. No, this is strategic criticism, designed to break you down rather than build you up. It starts subtly. A few unnecessary remarks about your decisions. An offhand comment about the way you dress, the way you talk, or even the way you laugh. But over time, it escalates until nearly everything you do becomes a target for judgment. Why is this a sign of hidden hatred? 1. It's not about improvement, it's about control. Genuine feedback is given to help you become better. But baseless criticism? It's a tool of manipulation meant to make you doubt yourself. 2. There's no clear reason behind their words. When someone truly wants to help, they offer specific, logical advice. But when their critiques feel random, excessive, and impossible to justify, it's not about you, it's about their resentment. 3. You're never given a fair chance to respond. The moment you try to explain yourself, they dismiss you, twist your words, or act as if you're being defensive, because they don't want a conversation, they want control over your emotions. The emotional damage of baseless criticism. When you're constantly criticized without cause, it does more than just frustrate you. It starts to erode your confidence. You begin to wonder, am I really that bad? You start second-guessing your actions even when you know you're doing the right thing. You feel the weight of judgment in every interaction, never feeling safe to simply be yourself. And that's exactly what they want, to keep you in a state of self-doubt. But here's the truth. Their criticism isn't about your flaws, it's about their own insecurities. A person who is secure in themselves has no need to tear others down. So if someone is always criticizing you without just cause, ask yourself, is this really about me, or is it a reflection of their own unresolved bitterness? Has this happened to you? Drop a 9 in the comments if you've ever been subjected to unfair criticism. Drop a 0 if you believe criticism can sometimes be a sign of hidden resentment. Let's discuss. And don't go anywhere, because the next sign reveals an even more subtle and insidious form of hatred that people rarely recognize until it's too late. 7. They constantly compare you to others to make you feel small. Comparison is a natural part of life. But when someone secretly despises you, they use comparisons not to inspire, but to devalue and humiliate you. This is one of the most insidious forms of resentment because, at first, it might seem like motivation. Why can't you be more like someone else? See how successful they are? You should take notes. Honestly, you'll never be as good as insert name. But here's what they're really saying. You're not good enough. Why do they do this? 1. They refuse to acknowledge your worth. Instead of recognizing your unique strengths, they diminish you by constantly holding up someone else as the better version of you. 2. They enjoy making you feel inadequate. Their comparisons aren't meant to inspire, they're meant to keep you trapped in insecurity. 3. They want control over how you see yourself. The more they compare you to others, the more you start questioning your own self-worth. The hidden danger of constant comparisons. Over time, these comparisons chip away at your confidence. You start to feel like no matter what you do, it will never be enough. You stop appreciating your own progress because instead of being celebrated, your achievements are constantly measured against someone else's. You start feeling inferior, even when you're not. Because the more they compare, the more they convince you that you're always behind. You become emotionally exhausted, constantly feeling like you have to prove yourself just to gain a shred of their approval. And the worst part? You start believing their words. But here's what you need to understand. People who genuinely support you will never make you feel like you're in a competition with someone else. A person who constantly compares you isn't trying to help you grow, they're trying to make you feel small. Have you been compared to others unfairly? Drop a 9 if you've ever had someone try to make you feel inferior through comparisons. Drop a 0 if you think comparison is sometimes used as a hidden weapon. Let's talk about it. And stay with me, because the next sign exposes an even deeper level of manipulation and hidden resentment that you need to be aware of. 8. They mock your weaknesses to break your spirit. Every human being has vulnerabilities, flaws, insecurities, and moments of doubt. And in a healthy relationship, whether it's a friendship, a romantic partnership, or even a professional connection, these vulnerabilities should be met with understanding, respect, and support. But when someone secretly hates you, they don't offer kindness. Instead, they use your weaknesses as a weapon against you. They don't encourage you to grow. They enjoy watching you crumble. They bring up past failures in front of others just to embarrass you. They joke about your insecurities, disguising cruelty as humor. They mock the things you're sensitive about, acting as if you're overreacting. Why is this a sign of deep-seated hatred? 1. It's designed to humiliate you, not help you. Genuine people help you overcome your weaknesses. Toxic people exploit them. 2. It's a subtle form of control. The more they highlight your flaws, the more they make you feel inferior. And when you feel weak, you become easier to manipulate. 3. They enjoy seeing you in pain. Someone who truly cares about you would never laugh at your struggles, but someone who resents you finds satisfaction in your discomfort. The psychological damage of constant mockery. When you're constantly mocked for your weaknesses, it does more than just hurt your feelings. It shapes the way you see yourself. You start to feel ashamed of things you once accepted about yourself. You become hyper-aware of your flaws, constantly wondering what they'll make fun of next. You start hiding parts of yourself, fearing that any moment of vulnerability will be turned into a public joke. And the worst part? You begin to believe them. You begin to internalize their ridicule, thinking, maybe I really am a joke. Maybe I'll never be good enough. But here's the truth. People who truly care about you will never use your insecurities as a weapon. How to recognize this toxic behavior? This kind of ridicule often disguises itself as humor. They'll say things like, "Relax, I'm just joking. You're too sensitive." Come on, everyone knows you're like that. If you can't take a joke, that's on you. But the real question is, would they appreciate being mocked for their own weaknesses? Probably not, because this isn't humor. It's hostility in disguise. Have you experienced this before? Drop a 9 in the comments if someone has ever used your weaknesses to tear you down. Drop a 0 if you believe true friends will always uplift you. Let's talk about it, because the next sign reveals an even deeper level of hidden resentment that you should never ignore. 9. They abandon you in your darkest moments. There's a simple truth about human nature. When we care about someone, we support them, especially when they're struggling. But when someone secretly despises you, they do the opposite. They dismiss your pain as if it doesn't matter. They offer no words of encouragement, no shoulder to lean on. Worse, they might even act pleased when you're suffering, subtly enjoying your downfall. And when you look to them for help, they're nowhere to be found. Why is this a clear sign of hatred? Support isn't just about words, it's about actions. 1. Indifference in your hardest times is a silent betrayal. A real friend, even if they don't have the perfect advice, will stand by you. Someone who resents you will do the opposite. They'll disappear when you need them most. 2. They might even criticize you for struggling. Instead of offering help, they might say things like, "You always make a big deal out of things. Maybe if you worked harder, you wouldn't be in this mess." Rather than helping you rise, they use your struggles as proof that you're weak. 3. Their absence in your low moments speaks louder than words. People who hate you don't want to see you grow, heal, or recover. They prefer you to stay down because deep down, your pain makes them feel better about themselves. The psychological impact of being abandoned. Few things are more painful than realizing someone you cared about doesn't care about you. It makes you feel utterly alone. It shatters your ability to trust others. It can make you believe you don't deserve support, even when you do. And this is exactly what they want. They want you to feel isolated, unsure, and unworthy, because in their eyes your struggles don't deserve compassion. How to recognize this toxic behavior? Real relationships, whether friendships, family bonds, or romantic connections, are proven in difficult times. If someone only shows up when you're successful but disappears when you're struggling, they don't truly care. If they mock your pain instead of comforting you, they're revealing their hidden resentment. If they never offer support, even in small ways, it's because they don't want to. Have you experienced this before? Drop a 9 in the comments if you've ever been abandoned by someone who should have supported you. Drop a 0 if you believe true relationships are built on mutual care. Because the next sign will reveal an even more insidious way people show their hidden hatred, one that's often mistaken for friendship. Stay with me. 10. They seek you out just to tear you down. There's a difference between someone who's just having a bad day and someone who actively seeks you out just to make you feel miserable. A person who secretly hates you isn't content with just avoiding you. They go out of their way to bring negativity into your life. They start unnecessary arguments over nothing. They pick at your insecurities when they see an opening. They mock, criticize, or humiliate you under the guise of joking. This isn't just toxic, it's intentional cruelty. Why this is a sign of hidden hatred? 1. They carefully choose their moments. They wait until you're vulnerable, tired, or already feeling down. Then they strike, bringing up your failures, weaknesses, or past mistakes. They enjoy seeing your confidence crack just a little more each time. 2. Their words have only one purpose: to hurt you. They don't give advice to help, they criticize to wound. They don't challenge you to grow, they attack to watch you crumble. The moment you react, they twist the situation to make you feel too sensitive or too dramatic. 3, they feed off your discomfort. If they can make you feel embarrassed, small or insecure, they win. It's not about fixing a problem, it's about gaining power over your emotions. And the worst part? They always find a way to make you doubt yourself. How this manipulation works. People who engage in this behavior often disguise their cruelty as just joking. But the jokes always cut deep. Tough love, but real tough love helps you grow, not break. Honest feedback. But their feedback is never constructive. It's designed to belittle. And if you call them out, they flip it on you, saying, "You're overreacting." "I didn't mean it like that." "Why are you so sensitive?" That's not honesty. It's emotional warfare. How to protect yourself. If someone in your life only shows up to criticize, mock, or tear you down, here's what you need to do. Recognize it for what it is, pure toxicity. Stop engaging with them. They want a reaction. Don't give them one. Distance yourself before their words start shaping your self-worth. Because at the end of the day, someone who truly values you will never find joy in your pain. Have you ever experienced this? Drop a 10 in the comments if you've ever dealt with someone who sought you out just to make you feel bad. Drop a 0 if you believe real friendships are built on support, not sabotage. And if this resonated with you, stay tuned. The next part will reveal one final, undeniable sign of hidden hatred. 11. They speak badly about you behind your back. One of the most insidious signs of hidden hatred is when someone speaks negatively about you when you're not around. They spread rumors and half-truths to damage your reputation. They criticize you unfairly to make others see you in a negative light. They act friendly to your face but reveal their true feelings when you're not there to defend yourself. This is one of the most cowardly and manipulative forms of hatred. Why this is so destructive one? It's a silent attack on your character. Instead of confronting you directly, they spread negativity in the shadows. By the time you realize it, the damage is done. People may start questioning you, doubting you, or treating you differently without you knowing why. 2, they want to isolate you. They don't just want to harm your reputation. They want you to feel alone and unsupported. If they can turn others against you, they win without ever needing to face you. 3, it shows they don't respect you. If they had genuine concerns, they'd address them to your face. But when they talk behind your back, it's clear they see you as unworthy of honesty. How to recognize this behavior? People start acting distant without explanation. You hear rumors about yourself that aren't true. The person in question smiles at you but criticizes you to others. They pretend to be supportive but subtly spread doubts about you. How to protect yourself? Don't engage in their drama. The best way to disarm someone who talks behind your back? Refuse to play their game. Surround yourself with people who value honesty. Real friends bring concerns to you, not to others. Let your actions speak louder than their words. The truth always comes out in the end. Focus on your integrity, not their lies. Because at the end of the day, someone who secretly hates you will always try to poison others against you. 12. They rejoice in your failures. The ultimate proof of hidden hatred, they enjoy watching you fail. When things go wrong in your life, they don't offer support. They stay silent or disappear. They seem strangely happy about your struggles. They may even mock you or subtly remind you of your failure. This is hatred in its purest form. Why this is so toxic? 1. They see your failures as their victories. When you struggle, it makes them feel better about themselves. They feel a twisted sense of superiority when you suffer. 2. They don't just ignore your pain, they enjoy it. Instead of offering a helping hand, they watch from the sidelines, satisfied. They may even make sarcastic comments disguised as jokes. 3. They secretly want to see you give up. They hope your failures confirm their own negative beliefs about you. They don't want you to succeed, they want you to stay beneath them. How to recognize this behavior? They act happy when you struggle. They remind you of your past failures, but never celebrate your wins. They never offer real support when you need it. They downplay your goals and dreams to discourage you. How to handle this? Stop sharing your struggles with them. If they won't support you, they don't deserve to know your journey. Surround yourself with people who genuinely want to see you succeed. Real friends don't take pleasure in your pain. Use their negativity as motivation. The best revenge? Succeed anyway. Because someone who truly supports you will stand by your side, not secretly celebrate your downfall. You deserve better. If any of these 12 signs sound familiar, remember this. You deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, not those who secretly wish to tear you down. You don't need to prove your worth to someone who's already decided to hate you. Real love, friendship, and respect are built on honesty, not on hidden resentment. If this message resonated with you, drop a 12 in the comments to claim your self-worth and stand against toxic people, because at the end of the day, the best way to deal with secret hatred is to rise above it. Your peace is priceless. Choose to protect it. If you've recognized these 12 signs in your life, then this is your wake-up call. You have a choice. You don't have to tolerate negativity. Toxic relationships drain your energy and stunt your growth. Your peace is your responsibility. No one else will protect it for you. Their hatred is not your burden to carry. The way others treat you reflects their character, not your worth. Now is the moment to reclaim your power. Prioritize relationships that empower you. Seek out people who genuinely support your journey. Let go of those who only bring doubt and discouragement. You are not obligated to endure their toxicity. Recognize your true value. You are worthy of respect, love, and meaningful connections. Don't just listen, take action. Drop a comment sharing your thoughts or experiences. Your voice matters. Share this video with someone who needs this message. Help them see their worth. Subscribe to keep learning how to build a stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling life. Your happiness is not up for debate. It's time to stand firm, protect your peace, and surround yourself with people who uplift you. Stay strong, stay true to yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep moving forward. You deserve the best life has to offer.